Hi, this is Shelley with the Gray Wren Sewing and Crafts on Facebook and the Gray Wren Boutique on Etsy. Sew along with me and we'll make a beautiful embroidered burp rag from a cloth diaper. First you need to buy cloth diapers. This one I purchased from Hobby Lobby. I also use the tri-fold diapers from Walmart. I think the Hobby Lobby ones are nicer quality, but the Walmart ones work just fine too. Next we want to iron our diaper cloth. What design you want on your diaper cloth. And I have decided for my baby Barnett that I am going to do a big letter B and the last name Barnett. This program that I have is Embroidery. I love this program, so check it out, embroiderysoftware.com. So the diaper cloth that I have has a center 5.5 inches wide, so I made my square a 5 by 5 so that I wouldn't go any bigger than I needed for the diaper cloth. And then I just designed my own design. If you have a pre-made design, that's fine, but I think this is a good size, a 5 by 5, just a little under a 5 by 5. Exported my file as a PES onto my desktop, and now I'm opening it up in Sew It Pro. I can do a very similar process in embroidery wear, but I always bring it over to Sew It Pro and I name it over here and save it as my file. And then I love to go to File and Print. And then I always hit the print template only, and I press OK, and then it prints a template with these grid lines on it, and then I'll show you the next steps. So this is my favorite part of Sew It Pro. Sadly, I ran out of ink on my printer, but I still have enough ink here to show me where my design's going to go. So I cut it out, and you can still see those grid lines and the crosshairs, which is what's very important. At the bottom of the diaper cloth, I have a 4-inch area where I'm going to be putting fabric. Now this is a matter of personal taste. I leave about an inch, inch and a half here, and then I place my design. Once again, this is about a 5-inch B, 5-inch tall B. So it's a matter of preference, but I do have more space at the top. That doesn't matter because typically when you have the diaper cloth folded and up and over your shoulder, that piece will be going up and over your shoulder. So you want enough to have a bottom section with fabric, leave a little space, and then put your design template in the center. So I marked mine with pens, and the next thing I'm going to do is turn the cloth over and put iron-on tearaway stabilizer on the back. I have my iron-on tearaway stabilizer ironed onto the back of my diaper cloth. Iron-on tearaway, you want to draw crosshairs, so I'm using my cutting board as a guide, and I lay my diaper cloth down on my cutting board, and I'm finding my center of my design, and I'm drawing crosshairs with this invisible disappearing ink pen. When I get my first line for my crosshairs, then I lay my template on top and I make a mark here and here, and then I go ahead and take the template off and draw my horizontal line. So now you have a crosshair drawn on the back of your diaper cloth on top of the iron-on tearaway stabilizer. Next you hoop sticky stabilizer. I use Sulky Sticky. And then I draw my crosshairs from my hoop. I make sure I'm in the center of my hoop. So no matter what hoop you have, hoop sticky stabilizer in it and draw your crosshairs. Next I laid my flat fast frame down on top of my diaper cloth, and I matched up my crosshairs, and when I match it up it gets to be a deep purple because I have the markings from underneath coming through as well. And you can see I have a perfect match there, and then I'll press it down and flip my cloth over. You may have a different hooping system, but just make sure that your crosshairs from your diaper cloth and your frame match up. I stick a straight pin on the back of my hoop in the center, and then I flip it over. Then you can see my pin is sticking up, and I lay my template underneath the pin, over top of the pin, and lay it straight down. That gives you your center for your design. And then I pin it on with Scotch tape, the template, and I remove the pin from the center. Once you bring your design over to the embroidery machine, then you want to make sure your center needle position is where the center of the crosshairs are. So I need to move mine, and you can see my dot moving down. And it's important that it gets right in the center. If you're using a fast flat frame, then you can go ahead and clip your corners, your edges like I did, to help hold it. It's really not necessary though, because you're using sticky stabilizer and that's not going to move. Then you go ahead and you start your embroidering. Now, if you have a diaper cloth that seems to be a little thicker, a little bit of nap to it, you might want to put WSS on top. It's from Sulky, the water soluble stabilizer. I don't think I need to do that here because it's a pretty flat surface, but that is one option you might want to try if your diaper cloth is a little pilly. So I ran out of thread, and I thought this would be a perfect learning opportunity for you. So what I do is I have the tail end of the last spool pulled to the side. I'm in the spot where it ran out, and I go ahead and I start my machine again in that spot. Then I stop and I come over here and I hit my back stitch button, and I want to go, I don't want to press spool, because if I press spool then I'm changing my whole design. I just want to back up 10 steps. Let's see if that's enough. That looks like enough. So I backed up 10 steps. Then I'm going to press OK on my machine and hit go again. Now the reason I did that is to catch the thread underneath, and it picks up where it left off, and you'll never be able to tell, but it's catching the underneath thread. You will notice that my black thread is going directly over top of my red thread, and since it's a satin stitch, it covers it up nicely. I don't worry about erasing the red underneath on one of my programs. It looks very nice just going over top. And you'll notice that my my stitches are kind of random. That's the way the lettering was designed. It's not a crisp edge, and that's done on purpose. And I like to use iron-on tearaway on top of my sticky stabilizer, is that the iron-on tearaway sticks to the stabilizer and pulls off cleanly on my diaper cloth. So I don't have any of that sticky residue left on my diaper cloth. See how clean that pulled off? That looks really nice on the back. Now I'm going to put iron-on Tender Touch brand by Sulky on the back of this. It's what you usually put on knits so that it doesn't scratch the baby, and I just think it gives it a nice clean look on the back of your diaper cloth. So it's Tender Touch by Sulky. Now I have my iron-on Tender Touch, and you know, it's clear, it's white, so you really can't see it that well on here. You will notice that I did not tear off the inside of my bee. That helps give it a little bit of stabilizer. That is the iron-on tearaway piece. I have found that it does stay on through washes, and I simply just add a light iron and everything goes back to normal once you wash and dry your item. You just use a light iron and it works perfect. So I don't worry about it unless it shows through to the other side, and then you would want to go in and peel all that off. Okay, now next we want to add fabric to the bottom of our diaper cloth. I like to use the fabric that matches the rest of the set that I'm making, and it complements the embroidery piece. So what I do is I find the complementary fabric that I want to use, and remember, I want this to be 4 inches when it's all sewn together. So I did 4 inches, doubled it to 8, and then added a 1/2 inch seam allowance on each side. So this is 9 inches wide, and then I left a 1/2 inch seam allowance here and here. And my diaper cloth is 12, so I made this 13 long. I ironed a 1/2 inch seam allowance on the bottom piece and the top of my fabric to the wrong side. And now I'm going to fold it and sandwich my diaper cloth in the center. I folded it in half and ironed it so that it'd have a perfect crease. Next, I sandwiched my diaper cloth in the center. I opened it up and I folded my side seam in. Then I'm going to fold this up over top of it and pin it in place. Now I have my bottom pinned, and you can see that my seam is completely even, and that's the key. It has to be even. It'll be even on this side when you sew. I love the look of top stitching, so on my Brother SC400, I use a setting of 7 so that it's all the way to the right, the needle's all the way to the right, with a stitch length of 4. And then I just use my presser foot as the guide. And that's what the finished stitch looks like. And there it is. Turned out pretty. This is the back. This is the finished product. Didn't that turn out cute? And these are some of the items that they were my inspiration. I made these beanie caps and this nice warm blanket. And then I bought Don't Wake the Bear plaque from Hobby Lobby. And I can envision a really cute newborn photo shoot with all of this. What do you think? If you like what you see, hit subscribe and like and comment down below, and I will make some more videos based on your comments. Thank you.